Well, welcome viewers to a dry day at the moment down here at Glenelg Oval. It is the Catholic Secondary Girls Sport SA Senior A Grand Final, and it is Sacred Heart. They are in the blue jumpers on screen as we speak, and they are playing St Michael's. And well, interesting lead in. Grand finals always bring us something different. Ground conditions at the moment quite firm out there. I was having a walk around and the cricket pitch is quite firm, so just watch for the bounce of the ball there. The current temperature is 15 degrees. We haven't got rain at the moment, but welcome to Adelaide. You just never know. Our sponsors today, Dartfish, Filming Footy, and of course our scoreboard will be brought to you via Sportal. It's a pleasure to be joined by Matty Locken, the Head of Talent Development for St Michael's. First of all, welcome, Matt.
Thank you very much for having me.
Mate, it's a pleasure to get you up here. We'll have yourself on in the first half, and we'll give Sacred Heart a go in the second half. But St Michael's, mate, they're pretty keen. You've got a couple of players out, player in the state squad as well?
Yeah, we do. We've got a couple of girls that are currently playing in the state squad, and so obviously they're not playing tonight. So I'm really looking forward to a really good contest. It's been really even between these two teams over the past 5 or 6 years, so to be able to play Sacred Heart again in the grand final is a good achievement for both teams.
Fantastic, and well, opportunities abound. Finals, we talk about it, and we talk about that increase in work rate, about 10%, but the human element, Matt, you've been there yourself. Mistakes and clangers will happen. What do? We've got to get over it and get on with it quickly, don't we?
Yeah,
not dwell on it.
I think that's a part of the game. I think the opportunity to be able to get out here on the big stage at Glenelg Oval is really special, and there will be mistakes, but I'm looking forward to a really good contest.
So lining up Zalia Neiman there, number 27. She's on Maya Foot, number 6 there. Interesting at the moment. They're all matched up. Also interesting, no one really behind that centre circle as Zalia just comes around now. What's the protocol at the centre bounce, mate? Are you going to give anything away before it happens? You're going to tap back forward or what?
With a couple of our girls out tonight, Zalia normally plays centre half back for us. She's our captain. She plays league football for the Eagles, and she'll go in midfield and hopefully win the ball first up. All
right, well, game is on. Number 22 there, Jasmine McCaffrey, couldn't quite get it done. So it does come to that vacant spot. A little bit of a soccer there. Kellis Jackson Martin. St Michael's come forward into that area. It's going to bounce over the top now. Player leading out. Couldn't quite. A little bit of a pack forms. We call this the rolling maul, but can they get it out here? Sacred Heart under pressure. Kira Lee Johns paddling that ball forward. Good courage there down low by the young lady. Gets a handball. Second tap. The effort's there. Geez, bobbling around there, that ball at the moment on the dry ground. Little handball comes out backwards. Number 8 getting to it, Jordan Horn. And they've done it to me. They've worn the ponytail, so it's a bit hard to see the numbers at times as that ball bobbles out. Sacred Heart player on her own, gets a nice kick out. But St Michael's have set the wall up well there. And, well, Matt, what do you think? Welcome to commentating, mate. She's going to make the distance.
Yeah, it's a great start. I think that's Isabella Ebert over the other side, granddaughter of the great Russell Ebert. So she's had a kick and touched on the line.
Fair kick at it too. A nice looking kick. And I'm always interested too in the tactics here. Women's football has come on so much over the years, and these young girls have been playing maybe 4 or 5 years now. And we look at this, we look at the spread, we look at the tactics. Kellis Jackson Martin with ball in hand, comes down the line. Not quite hitting the target, it stays in, bobbles around. Look at the numbers here for St Michael's, so it's 2 on to 4. They've got good numbers there. Held in, a little win there. That's Yeza Ardhana, who I'm told we need to keep an eye on, Matt. She gets around the place, comes towards an out.
Our leaders and a great St Michael's player for the last couple of years.
So they come inside here, St Michael's, and there she is. Going forward again, and that's a great mark. Oh, umpire's called play on. Sense of theatre there. lift, Matt, come on. Gee whiz. That, would have paid that every day of the week. But shout out to our umpies, Jan Caspro and Liam Davis. They will do a mighty job here today as that ball comes in. Dangerous position. Bobbles around. Oh, Sacred Heart just sprinting away now. Has she gone too far? Ran a long way on the wing here, and it's number 4 in Coco Macarith. Gets the handball out. Can they turn around here, St Michael's? Look at the crowd come now. I call it the rolling maul. So the wingers have come in from both sides and pretty much 2 lines down each way there, Matt.
Yeah, that's going to be the challenge for us. Sacred Heart are very good when they get their running game going, so we need a lot of stoppages today.
That's good by Cleo Simpson. I was going to ask you about this. Do they like to get the ball out to space rather than kick to a contest as well?
Yeah, we do. You just mentioned Cleo Simpson. She played her first league game for the Eagles on the weekend, so
wow.
She'll be an important part of our team today.
And here they come, wow, charging through. This is Cleo again. So let's have a look now. Gives a handball off. That's clever play. Gets the advantage. It's a long kick in. That's going to bounce and get some territory there. Sacred Heart, well, they've just bombed that out to a 50-50. Up and down it comes. Gee, I'll tell you what, St Michael's on fire here. That's a long kick in towards goal. How's it going to bounce? Oh, exciting football. That turnaround, Matt, and quite quick to execute, not holding it up. They're handballing on quickly as well.
Yeah,
so part of the game.
In the front half as much as you can. I think the more time the ball's in our end, the more chance we've got to score.
And the important thing with that for the coaches is get it in the forward half, but it gets a finish as well. There's 2 points on the board, but they're having shots at goal. It's not just coming out easily. And as you can see, they're under pressure here. Sacred Heart not getting it all their own way. Gives a handball off. That's Taylor Wilkinson. And it's wrapped up, and St Michael's, well, St Michael's have done well here as we're 4 minutes in, and it hasn't been down the end of Sacred Heart so far. The wind is going right to left, but looks to have died off a little bit from the start of the game. It's that ball now, close to the boundary, high kick in. Once again, 2-on-1. St Michael's are getting a lot of numbers to the ball. Sacred Heart just can't get this ball out, and wrapped up again is Jordan Horn on the inside there. She's in front here, can't quite get to that ball. Just a tap forward 5 metres. Game of inches, or centimetres these days. Bobbles up and down. Round it comes. Go forward again, Sacred Heart. They haven't really had their own way with that kicking that ball forward. That's a good effort though by the young lady in long sleeves. Could be the smartest player out there, Charlotte O'Sullivan. Takes the time, just gets over the top of the fingertips. Coco Macarith, sorry. Gee, that's high and wide. That's a floating kick, but it'll do. Finds a target there, and, well, you wouldn't believe it. We asked for the team sheets. We've got a number 22. It is Molly Peterson. There it is. Down the bottom there. Magnificent. So Molly Peterson's going to kick from 35 to 40 out. Matt, that wind's probably going to blow it across the goals here a little bit, you'd suggest?
Yeah, it'd be a tough kick from there into the breeze.
Well, she put it out to the right and it stayed there. Got plenty of distance. So let's have a look at St Michael's. Have you got many kick-in strategies? I know the first kick-in short.
This one might go down the middle, I reckon. It's Georgia Sands here kicking the ball in. She's a beautiful kick of the ball. So I suspect this one will go nice and long to Zalia.
Well, you know your footy, Matt, because that's what she's done. It's 2 kicks back, even though Sacred Heart have it. It's 2 kicks back in. That's a high kick to a 50-50. Waiting at the back. Gee, clunking that mark. Lucy Redaway just faded slightly away there, and Redaway was able to get her hands to it. Did well there. She'll line up, throws the grass in the air. I'd suggest she's lucky it didn't come straight back at her there because that breeze is still there. So Redaway it is. 25 out. Slight angle. It's going to have to kick right into that breeze. And don't they get around it? They like it. And Redaway has her first. Sacred Heart's first 6.5 minutes in. Just jot this down. So joined by Matty Locken here. Matt, Head of Talent and Development, how long has the school program been going? Was it there before you got there?
Yeah, it was. I've only been at the college now for 18 months and it's been a real focus over the last 18 months to be able to give both our boys and girls the opportunity to enhance their sporting skills. So got a number of partnerships at the moment with DJ Vasilovic and the Thunderbirds, and our football programs are really striving at the moment. So thriving. So yeah, things are going well at St Michael's.
And of course, bringing in other partners and I guess the footy IQ that's around the place with yourself, and I think is it Brett that's coaching the men's, the boys?
Yeah, Brett Ebert coaches
As well?
our Open First 18 team. We've got Jeremy Clayton, who's also a McGarry
Oh, wow. Yep.
coaching the seconds. Ned Heath does a great job with our girls team as well, and has done that for the past 6 years. So, yeah, football's in a good spot, and our netball teams been the best in the state for a number of years now. So, yeah, things are going well.
Yeah, and embraced by the girls in both sports. That's good to hear too, that there's a few different sports going on, but embraced by the girls, it gives them something, it gives them a purpose, doesn't it, when they come and say, I wouldn't mind having a go at the footy.
Yeah,
They're
the girls
structured.
are extremely strong and have been for a number of years now, both in, we just started our Open Girls soccer team. Our netball and our basketball teams have been strong for a number of years, and I think this might be the 5th year in a row that the girls have played in the Open Football Finals. So, yeah, good things going well. Obviously playing against a really strong school in Sacred Heart today. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for us, but the girls have started really well.
Well, it is a thing, isn't it, about the opponent. You lift to the occasion as that kick just goes out of bounds on that far side. Remember, our coverage is brought to you by Dartfish and Filming Footy, and our scoreboard is by Sportal. It is 7 plays 2 at the moment, 9.5 minutes in. They are 12-minute quarters, and so that's last possession out of bounds. So in it comes. St Michael's again. You can see the numbers there, 3-2, taken high, and Cleo Simpson is getting plenty of the ball. Talk about lift the occasion. There's a big pack ahead of her, a little bit out to the right. That is a fantastic kick, because you can see that set up there. Is that Eliza Zampatti, the tall girl? I couldn't really tell the numbers there, a little bit hard at times, but bobbling around now, dangerous position. Look at that, 2-1, not getting out of that young lady, and umpire says we'll ball it up again. 23 here, Matilda Buchanan comes in, gets the tap across. Matilda Wilmore, the two Matildas there, and attracted a crowd, but so they're electing to come out wide here, Sacred Heart. 3 numbers out here, so they should be able to clear on the wing, but here comes St Michael's. Nice push out, use of the body, and they're not going anywhere. Trying to extract herself out of it. And I'll tell you what, Matt, there's a large crowd that's formed down here. There's boys and girls have come down, and parents, friends, carers, and if they're not here, they can watch it through Dartfish and Filming Footy Australia wide. So I hope you're enjoying the stream out there, but good support.
Yeah, they always do. Sacred Heart St Michael's games are a big deal, and it's great to see a good crowd here tonight.
So the wheel around here, Sacred Heart, they've got a player out, running forward, has to run the wrong way. It goes out to that left-hand side. Anyone's ball, gee, that a check side around the corner. Look at the goal umpire set himself, and just offline there, Sacred Heart. What do you say there, Matt, if that was one of your girls? No left foot, but if you're good enough on the right.
I think today's footy, they tend to go for the snap rather than their left foot, but look, a great start by Sacred Heart. They're obviously really good when the ball gets on the outside, and we need to find a way to slow them down.
So the kick does come long. It's going to go over the top. If there's one way to get the back, if they can get it to Jasmine McCaffrey, they can't. There's a hold up there. Talking with Matty Locken, head of talent development. Mate, do the girls and the boys actually train together at all?
No, we don't.
At any times? No.
This is the second time in forever at St Michael's that we've got 3 open boys teams. So on Thursday nights we have over 70 boys on the track. So
brilliant.
The girls playing midweek, they don't actually train. Wednesday nights it's just too difficult to be able to train either side of that. So a lot of the girls are playing sample football or club football, get their training through that. A lot of these girls also play netball for the school. So there's plenty going on in a week at St Michael's, and the girls do a great job to get out there on a Wednesday night.
So they are active in other sports and or their own sport. Their club footy, as I said, there's club footy, there's state representation, there's league footy, there's a lot going on, and they're trying to do year 10 or 11 and 12 as well. So it's good to hear there's a good balance there. You've done well.
Zalia Neiman is an example, plays in our Open Girls basketball team, in our Open Girls netball team. She plays NGL 1. She plays league football for the Eagles, so an all-round talent Zalia is.
So that ball comes in, as the score at quarter time, 1-8 to Sacred Heart, lead St Michael's 2 points, and we will take a short break. Back to quarter time down here at Glenelg Oval, the grand final of the Catholic Secondary Girls Sport SA, the Senior A grand final between Sacred Heart and St Michael's. Well, Sacred Heart, they got the 1 goal, 2 points on the board. They lead by 6 points at quarter time. And there is a little bit of a breeze right to left. It was blowing a gale earlier, but still there. Joined by Matty Locken and Matt, the girls probably had the first 50% of that quarter, had most of the play there at St Michael's, but then Sacred Heart just got it down that couple of times and scored from it.
Yeah, I think that's been the challenge playing against Sacred Heart this year, is their ability to be able to score when they get the ball on the outside. So hopefully we can bottle it up a bit and get the ball in our front half and kick some goals.
So we could see a bit of a game there, like, oh, that's a strong tackle there. You can hear the crowd roar there. So exactly what you said, Matt, we could see Sacred Heart here going inside and outside, trying to weave their way down the ground. And St Michael's, if they go on the outside, St Michael's may come through the middle of the ground. So it might be a real contrast here as Sacred Heart go forward now, leading out in front. Player here has to try and pick this up. This way, that way, gets around. Geez, I'll tell you what, that's as good a kick as you'll see in any brand of football. Just waiting to see the number there. Girl with the ponytail, that's number 19. Well, that's Redaway again. She's got their 2 goals. And that could be a contender for goal of the day. And that's early on in the quarter as well. They played around on that far wing, got it forward, and that's that second kick, Matt. And I often say that 1 metre that you're off your player, you never make that up. If you stand a metre behind, you're going to be a metre behind a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think the girls just got caught out a little bit then. I think Georgia Sands will go back to that traditional fullback position, and she's a really, really good defender. So, yeah, we need to stop Lucy. That was an amazing goal, and that's obviously 2 for the game. So
a little kick off the side of the boot there as she was pushed there, the Sacred Heart player. They get a handball out now. Boy, around the corner, that was Molly Peterson. Comes in with a big kick, bouncing. And we did say that wind is going to the left, about 15 degrees today, and a couple of scoring shots here. So St Michael's here, just looking at what the kick-in's going to do, where the free players are. The ruck, number 22, McCaffrey, staying a kick off this, so she might be next in line if it can come out to her. She's free on the wing here. If St Michael's can get this out, it's just to the back of this pack. Oh, the ruck person there, that's Kellis Jackson-Martin, really out of the pack. Went in where Angel's there and cop one there, unfortunately. And that will be a stoppage in play. I hope she's all right.
That's the last thing. A great job in the ruck today. She's a netballer that
yes,
come into football this year, and yeah, really pleased that she's jumped in. She's having a crack. It's a hard position to play the ruck. So with a couple of girls out, we had to put her in there today, and she started really well. So we're going to have a little stoppage here by the looks of things. I just want to elaborate on that, Matt, because we talk about roles in positions, and as I mentioned there, she could have gone into that pack and just congested it up more, which she didn't need to do, but she actually read to stay out and stay back that little bit of a kick. So in regards to the coaching, I know you've got a few very good coaches around the place there. Do you individualise it? You go about your macros, backs, forwards and mids, but then individual positional needs, start talking about that sort of side of it with the players. Yeah, we do. Ned obviously only gets limited time with the girls throughout the week, but he's really good with his spatial awareness and playing your position and playing certain roles. So I know the girls have learned a lot about their football over the last few years under Ned, and he does a great job.
Let's talk while we've got an opportunity here. Younger...
You might just have to stop the clock here. Let the clock run it.
Yeah, that's out of our hands, unfortunately. So maybe the timekeepers there. We'll just get our cameraman to have a chat to the timekeepers. So they've just told us that they're actually not meant to stop the clock unless something like a stretcher comes out, which we hope doesn't happen. So it's just a stoppage and playing into Sacred Heart's hands, Matt, or I might say they're the Sacred Heart timekeepers. No, there's 2 of them down there. So
did a great job with the Girls Association. So She knows the rules better than me, so I'm sure they'll stop the clock, and I really hope the Sacred Heart girl's okay here and she can continue to play.
So it is Kellis Jackson Martin. We saw real out the back of the pack, so we'll just... So they've actually stopped their time clocks now. The time clock on the scoreboard is still going, but the time clock itself has stopped. And yeah, just a little bit going on. Our thoughts are with young Kellis out there and her family. We'll just bring you an update as we can. So talking with Matt Locken just about the St Michael's School program, it's very impressive. We were talking off air. The younger year teams, so we see in women's football now, and you're talking about some of these girls, 16, 17, are playing league footy as well. But we're now getting a lot of girls that have played 4 or 5 years coming through. So you've got some younger year teams at the school as well?
Yeah, we do. We're really fortunate at St Michael's. We've got a middles team, and we've probably got too many for one team, but not enough for quite to have two. So
wow.
The 7s, 8s and 9s, they're in the grand final on Friday against Sacred Heart. So yeah, I think, as you mentioned, the fact that our girls are now getting involved in AFL at Auskick level now, we're seeing a rapid increase in their development and their ability to be able to learn the game. The middle girls competition is really, really strong. We've got some fantastic players, not only in our team, but the Sacred Heart team as well. So yeah, that final's on Friday night against Sacred Heart, and it should be a good contest.
All right, we're just... So what we might do, there's a little bit of treatment going on out there. We may just take a short break just while this is going on, and come back once the game gets up and running. So we will take a short break with thanks to Dartfish and Filming Footy, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back, folks, and the game's about to restart. We can tell you Kellis Jackson-Martin did get back to her feet. She was assisted off the ground. She was talking to a few of her teammates and a little bit of a smile here and there, but very ginger. So we wish her all the best, but she is up on her feet, walking around and talking to people. So doubt whether we'll see her back on. So this is going to open up a little bit for St Michael's if they can get on top, because she was having a good game in the ruck, but as you suggested, Matt, the opponent in Jasmine McCaffrey's gone okay as well. As that ball comes out to the wing now, Neiman applied, just couldn't quite get there for the tackle. Around the corner it comes, Sacred Heart, close to the boundary. And that is, so Jasmine McCaffrey, that's her there. So very smart young footballer there, just playing that kick behind the play, getting down and helping out. It's a big pack forming and just goes off the side of the boot, unfortunately. Give a player a wrap and things can happen. Inside through, looked like O'Sullivan. Oh, geez, I tell you what. That's Redaway. Oh, gives the handball on. 25, Matilda Wilmore kicks her first, and unselfish by Redaway there. So it moved quite quickly. We did talk about this in finals, the human element mistakes and clangers. You know, the kick doesn't quite go right. It happens for both teams. You get over it and get on with it. Get on with the next one. Quick turnover. Okay, what can we do from here? And let's see how we shape up in the middle, because different ruckman now. It's Matilda Buchanan by looks of it for Sacred Heart in the middle, but well, they haven't lost much in height just by looking at the size of it there.
They haven't. They're obviously a really good team, Sacred Heart, and it is a great contest, but they've just been able to capitalise in front of goal. So hopefully St Michael's can get another goal or two before half-time and get us back into the game before the second half.
Geez, I tell you what, it's hot in the kitchen there. That ball bobbled around in that centre circle there, Matt, as you were talking. Neither team could get it out, and I'll tell you what, you can't question their endeavour and their vigour, because both teams are having a fair dinkum. Is that a push out? Umpire says no. Molly King goes wide, out to the wing. You've picked it in one. Sacred Heart are really coming wide. Jordan Horn with ball in hand. Another player wider again. Looks like it could be Foot. It is. So Foot surveys. He's got a player over the back. St Michael's have now covered up. So that kick comes in. Couldn't quite get it over the player on the mark. Having to go back after that. Ooh, big tackle. Ooh, bit of a slip there. That's dangerous. Boy, oh boy. Great work there. We talk about second and third efforts in football.
Well,
and
there.
That was Neiman, yeah. I was trying to see her number.
I mentioned her name before. She's an outstanding player and leads these girls really well.
And here she is now. Just paddles that ball forward. Can't quite. Kiralee Johns came through. Player wrapped up now. A little bit of this both ways. Once again, what we see here, Matt, the wingers, I'm not sure what the instructions are, they all think they're going to touch that ball. So they all come into a pack and we get a big pack form. Well done by St Michael's. Clearing kick. At Neiman there. Look at her there. 2, 3 on 1. Still endeavouring, going hard. They can't get it around the corner, Sacred Heart. This time through Buchanan. Kick to a dangerous position. Here comes Redaway. If she's not kicking them, she's giving them off. Ball can't quite bobble up. Ooh, player goes in quite hard there.
Great effort.
Good umpiring, yeah.
Brother Lockie played for St Michael's last year in the first 18 and plays for the Eagles now. And Georgia's a great player and she really leads that back line.
That's number 21 out there. Well done. Up it goes. Nice tap forward. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Couldn't quite get the kick away. Good smother. Great second effort once again. The endeavour's there. Up it comes. The ruck person now. Gets it across to Lexi Harvey. Oh, dangerous position. Just bounces offline there. Good attempt by Harvey. Now, we can tell you the scoreboard does say 14 minutes in, but we had probably 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes when young Jackson-Martin went off. So the quarter will go a bit longer. We talk about the kick-ins. Most teams will give you that first kick-in. Possibly a chance to get that back, the full-back, but not now. So, gee, that's a nice kick. Down it comes. Can't quite get it done there. St Michael's, well done by that player. Put her head over the ball. Can't quite get it out, but Talk about below the knees work, Matt. A lot of blokes couldn't do that. We tap the ball, we paddle the ball, we crap our pants. That girl bent down, picked it up in one go below the knees, and that's what you like to see, a clean take and a team advantage.
Yeah, something the girls are getting a lot better at is that technique of being able to tackle and pick up the ball off the ground. Obviously, a lot of the women in AFL haven't played it for a long time, so it's taken a bit of time for them to be able to adapt, and I think they're doing it really well now. They really know how to protect themselves, and we saw a good example of it then.
So the kick comes in long, couldn't quite get it over the top of the pack. Sacred Heart kick wide there through Ada May Kosh, and just out of bounds on that far side, down in the old cricket nets there. And this looks like it's Georgia Sands again, is it, with the kick in?
It looks like it's Georgia down there, and
yeah,
she's got a beautiful kick, so I expect this one to go nice and long.
Are they using the stand rule in the girls' football as well? I'm just watching the player on the mark there.
I think so, they should.
Nice little chip kick in. That hasn't gone the required distance. Tell you what, that kick has. That's a nice goal by Jordan Horn. It's been quite industrious out there, Horn, getting around the place, and this time gets a goal on the board. I will say this, they are kicking with a fairly good breeze to that left of screen. So Redaway, Wilmore and Horn all with goals this quarter. Redaway 1 in the first quarter. So 2 goals, well, it is 4 goals 5, sorry. 2 goals 3 for the quarter. That's 3 goals 3 actually for the quarter. To 2 points.
Yeah, Sacred Heart are really starting to get on top now. Hopefully St Michael's can sneak a goal or 2 before the break and go into the third quarter and a couple of goals down.
I'll tell you what I do like with that ball up is both St Michael's girls, all 3 were defensive side of their opponent, which you like to see. So there they go. So that's smart. Yezo Hana there just steps around her opponent, gets goal side of her. Coming out with the ball now, couldn't quite. They go forward again, Sacred Heart 1-2. Bobbles out the back to Lexi Harvey. She runs a long way. This looks like Sienna Muskie, is it, with it? Back at centre forward position, there's a line-up of St Michael's girls. They get it out to space. Having to put the jets on here is Alia Neiman. Maya Camperali has come in on that far side to put a bit of pressure on. There's a nice handball out, a little bit to space, under a bit of pressure though. Look at the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, and wrapped up straight away Matilda Buchanan. So that little bit of pressure. You talk about winning moments rather than winning quarters, and just moments like that where they hold the ball up on a Sacred Heart team that's been used to going forward, and there's a nice turnover coming the way of St Michael's. So win the moments, you put enough winning moments together, and you might get a score on the board, get the ball forward.
Ideal kick there back into the corridor, but it was a great tackle by Jazz and handled it off to Zalia, and we've just got to keep the ball long down the line and try and get it in our front half, I think.
And also what just happened then, Matt, the quick movement as well. They persist, St Michael's persist with that, so the teammates down the ground know what they're doing. So Matt, it's been a pleasure, mate. We'll let you go off and enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us an insight onto what's happening down there at St Michael's.
Anytime, thanks for having me.
And the score, 4-5-29, Sacred Heart, St Michael's 2 points, 27-point lead to Sacred Heart. We will take a short break. Welcome back, folks. It is half time, and umpire holds the ball aloft for the second half of the secondary girls sport SA Senior A grand final. And Sacred Heart charging out of that forward line. They're inside 50 over the top. Anyone's ball. It's up and down. Dangerous position. No one can quite pick it up, and the crowd comes. St Michael's trying to get that out through Neiman. And also good work through Georgia Sands there. I have a guest I'll come to in a moment because it's fast football as we speak. Ball just bobbling around. What's the umpire given? Well, it's a free kick here. Number 13 is Zara East. And it's a pleasure to be joined by Jason O'Sullivan from Sacred Heart. First of all, welcome, Jason.
Thank you.
We're going to put you
to be here.
right on the spot here. What do you think with the kick? Well, she doesn't have a shot on goal, so I'll come to you in a moment just as this ball's bobbling around here. Still inside 50. Now it rolls outside. Oh, a player push there. Bumped around. They verge on it. Sacred Heart, a few more numbers around the ball now. They have been going outside. Oh, gee. You can't do that. So this is Molly Peterson. She's had a very good game as well. You can hear the calls. They come towards her. Gee, I'll tell you what, that is a decent kick into that dangerous position over the back. 16-8 May Kosh being held. And she's going to go back and have a shot. Just a slight touch on the jumper, but it was enough. The umpire saw it. And one of the smartest girls out there, I'd say, is Ada May, because she's got her hair up. And we can see the number. Jason, what is happening?
It's always helpful. Ada May, one of the year 10s at Sacred Heart. So she's come through Plimpton football ranks and Junior Glenelg lining up.
Boy, what a kick. Oh, well done on the line as well. Gee whiz, talk about game of centimetres. Fantastic kick it was. Just going to watch St Michael's here kick this ball in. They're going to come long. Runs out a long way. That's going to take 2 kicks to get it back if Sacred Heart get hold of it. Going to be a ball up here. Of course, Jason O'Sullivan joining us. I said, title please. He said, Dad. He also does some assistance with the middle school footy and also assistance with some club female footy program. Your daughter is Charlotte, number 18 out there, as doing quite well at Sacred Heart. But St Michael's now, there's no one behind this pack. So if they get it forward again, St Michael's, they're going to be having to get the Jets on and chase after it. As that ball talking about bobbling around, they go out the back now, look like Chloe Nettle. Number 13 here, Zara East, out that far side, or this way, that way. Couldn't quite get it done. And the umpire's called holding the ball quite quick with that. But Sacred Heart, very good first half. Jason?
I thought exceptional, bit slow to start, and I give full credit to St Michael's. But Sacred Heart appear to be getting a little bit more momentum now, and hopefully we'll continue in that vein.
I was just going to say, using the ball very well, apart from that kick. It was Chloe Nettle and also Lexi Harvey getting a fair bit of it there as that ball's just bobbling around. I'm talking about the courage of the girls to get down low. Taken there is Molly Peterson. Geez, Molly Peterson's been in a fair bit of the play as well. How have you seen her game, number 22?
Molly Peterson, excellent. She's been playing very well out at Westies, and when she's not playing Westies, she's also playing out at Plimpton Football Club as well. And a very, very consistent player, very hard at the ball.
She's trying to break a tackle here. Is Taylor Wilkinson. Does enough to get that ball just on the 50. Diving hard with Sienna Parry. Gee, bit of congestion again. Taylor Wilkinson comes in for Sacred Heart. Ava Martino just at the back of this pack. Big pack forms again. Can they run it out here, Sacred Heart? They team up well. It'll be a short kick along the wing. Bobbling around in front of that player. That's a great pick-up. Left-handed handball. Coco Macareth takes off now. Runs long. Does it go inside 50? It does. The Jets are on here. We're off to the races. Around the corner. Gee, she's got a great kicking action. And Ada May Kosh. So that movement of ball, Jason, from the half-back line, the sharing and caring of the ball, but using it through skill, not just blasting.
Absolutely fantastic. And right from the back lines through Matilda Wilmore on the wing there. Matilda playing very consistent football for Glenelg at the moment. Across into Mackworth, over to Ada Makosh, and Ada Makosh is a very, very good kick of the ball.
Isn't she ever?
25 to 30 metres out, very, very accurate.
Yeah, so fantastic there by Sacred Heart, and they push that score out 5-6-36 to 2 points. I'm not sure with St Michael's, if they get a score on the board, it might just open things up for them. Go down the middle, well taken there by Yeza Ardhana. Not getting all her own way today, but gee, I tell you what, she's fast. Look at the chase after that, couldn't quite get there. They've mopped up again. 22 is Molly Peterson once again. Nice kick in. Of course, best on ground does win the Archie's slides today, it'll be. Nice green pair. As player just thrown out the side and out of bounds on the far side. The ground, of course, bathed in sunshine. Long shadows at the moment. It is winter, but bathed in sunshine. The rain has kept away, Jason, and well,
I think the wind's dropped off and the rain's kept away. It's worked out pretty good.
Sacred Heart, just I was talking about the numbers that St Michael's had around the ball earlier on, but Sacred Heart now seem to have picked that up and added in. You can see equal number of blue jumpers in there from Sacred Heart now, and they team up so well, just like that. 1-2, so they've got support out the back here. Beautiful kick, that's going to come over the top. That's a mark. And gee, this young girl goes all right. Charlotte O'Sullivan. Wowee. Did you have a yap to her about the green boots? Because if you're going to wear them, you've got to play well, and she's done that. She's charged forward again too. That was a beautiful kick in. Is this Mackworth? It is Coco Mackworth having a good game. Gee, good run up. High ball in. Big pack forms in the square. Oh, around the corner, the player who kicked that ball in, daughter of my co-commentator at the moment, couldn't quite, and just coming back. So see if she comes to the outside of the pack here, Charlotte O'Sullivan. We'll just keep an eye on that. She doesn't. She goes directly to the back. So free space here for St Michael's to work in. Yeza Adhana couldn't get it out. In a bit of trouble here. The wall is set up. Good forward pressure. Coco Mackworth. 1-2. If one doesn't get you, the next one will. It looks like Redderman. Well, there's an 80-metre kick. 40 up, 40 down. Anyone's ball. Over the back, it bounces. Good kick in. Just bounces off the toes almost of Charlotte O'Sullivan and bounces out. So interesting with the rule these days. St Michael's will load up, but gee, Jason, have a look at the numbers here. They're structured very well, aren't they?
Strong numbers, strong numbers. And it's important, I think, that Sacred Heart don't play into the hands of St Michael's and keep trying to clear the ball out, looking for the player, and St Michael's really try and clear it like they've just done.
Well, that was Neiman, and she got the ball past everyone. All the midfielders are behind this ball. That's a great kick in. That's textbook how you take a mark. Molly Peterson. How good was that? Took it, softened the hands in front of the eyes. That is as good as you'll see in any brand of football. That's a long kick in, setting herself, couldn't quite, was read away, and she's quickly tackled.
Redaway also playing some very consistent football for North Adelaide, and when she's not playing there, she's out at Plimpton as well, doing a fantastic job. So
it's great to get an insight from you, Jason, on this, because it's interesting to know where these young girls are and what's happening. There's a little bit going on there. Crowd just getting involved a little bit. So they're set up well here, St Michael's. 1, 2, 3. Talking about number 3, that's Yeza Adhana. Couldn't quite get the job done off the boot and put it into a very dangerous position, and that was Redaway again, who has 2 goals on the ball, but more importantly, she's also given one away with that handball.
Gave one away to Matilda Wilmore, which Matilda would be very happy with.
She might just want a receipt back, though. Okay, so quickly away there by Adhana, doing a lot of work down in the back line now. The kick comes over towards Kennedy Santos out there, number 1, but number 2 is Chloe Nettle for Sacred Heart.
And Chloe Nettle is one of our boarders and a year 10.
Wow.
And playing fantastic football both at Sacred Heart and at Plimpton as well.
So that ball just flicks out, comes down into the forward line. They've got numbers here. Watch this for Kosh if she can get hold of it. She can't. She attracts the crowd, puts the handball out. 2-1, just waiting out there the player if they could get it to her. They couldn't quite. Looked like it might have been Sienna No, it was number 8, not 3. Jordan Horn it was, so watch out for her as well. They've got players on the outside of this pack. And there we go again. Was that Kosh again? It was. So she has her second. And I was just talking about that. A lot of players coming around that ball. A couple of players just hung off that pack a little bit. Kosh was one of them. And to be able to run in goal straight ahead of you without having to turn around, she finished off very well. 6-6-42 plays 2 points on the Sportal scoreboard. Of course, brought to you by Dartfish and Filming Footy. And St Michael's, we're 10.5 minutes in. Need to get a wriggle on here. There's a tap out, but a second tap, well, it was 1-1 there, and doing so well out of the middle. There's another high kick. It'll probably bounce towards the boundary line here. Anyone's ball. Oh, bang. That is a big hit. Boy, oh boy. And she nods ahead. Maya Foot, that is tough. That was a big collision. So, not many in long sleeves, but the umpire's one of them out there. Ball comes in. Gee, look at that. It's as hot as you like it. Well, it's what you expect from a grand final, Jason.
Exactly right.
Good, hard, physical football.
And Jordan Horn getting in there. She also plays out at Glenelg, Jordan, and has had a good, consistent year.
Fantastic. So she'll know the oval well. Big pack forms. Umpire with a sense of theatre lets it go. Pack forms again. Yezo Adhana. She's really lifted this quarter. She's been industrious. So that's, Cleo Simpson getting mixed up with the helmet. Anyone's ball goes inside. Out it comes now. Turns around there. O'Sullivan gets it forward. That's worth 30 to 40 metres for the team. Neiman can't quite get down. Bobbles around, attracts the crowd. Look at that. And I'm impressed with the forward line work. As we will take a short break. We come to the siren at 3/4 time. 6-6-42, Sacred Heart leading St Michael's College in the Catholic Secondary Girls Sport SA Senior A Grand Final. We will take a short break. Well, welcome back. The three-quarter time break is almost over as Sacred Heart break out, and we're just waiting for St Michael's. But plenty of noise and chatter. They're enthusiastic down there. 6-6-42 plays 2 points, and I'm joined by Jason O'Sullivan, who has a fair bit to do with the female footy program both here and in club footy, and his daughter Charlotte. So Charlotte, a year 12 student, or
Charlotte
she's still
is a year 11 student.
Year 11?
And
Yep.
she's been fortunate to play 6 league games at the back half of the season after starting the development league for Glenelg. So
Fantastic. So she's playing league footy down here. Yep.
she is playing league football, and very proud of her.
Yeah,
Great
fantastic.
opportunity and great.
I've also heard a bit of a whisper that a lot of the may get onto the ground during this last quarter, so they finish, which is a great celebration for their footy, isn't it, for year 12?
Very much so. So Coach Carl Wilmore's all over that, and he'll move the magnets around and make sure the year 12s get the finish together.
Taylor Wilkinson just wrapped up there, and sure, it's a free kick to St Michael's. The players got a little bit confused there, and we can't tell you who that is because she's got a very nice, long-growing, flowing ponytail. And a kick in towards centre half forward. It's inside 50 for St Michael's. Number 3 there, Yeza Adhana. Had a very good game. Just watch for her number 3 floating by. And that was number 17 was Ruby Panzerino. So I can tell you that now. Beautiful hair on it because look at it flowing around there. I can see the 17 every now and then. I'm envious of that. As wrapped up there. St Michael's, yeah. Erin O'Shea in there, dangerous position. 1-2, out it comes through Lexi Harvey. Oh, gee, that could have been dangerous. Couldn't quite get the big kick away. Gee, that bounce beats everyone. I was talking about how firm that centre is. First the ball there, Kiralee John. She looks very athletic too. Her running gait there, she got past very easily with speed. Out it comes, goes the right way to Camporale. Picking it up now, Lexi Harvey. She's been industrious too, had a fair few possessions. I do like Molly Peterson's game today, but talking about there she is. And that's a fair kick out the far side. St Michael's trying to track this ball, as is rolled our cameraman, because that went a long way up and down. We almost lost it in the roof of the stadium here. It went up that high, but it's on the far wing. Glenelg Oval here. Bobbling around, little just flick out, you know, just that little flick like that, Jason, so important, isn't it? And look, they get the run on now, St Michael's, Sacred Heart. Oh, look out. Has she? She has. And I tell you what, I don't know whether the cheers are louder up here or down on the ground, but O'Sullivan, very proud moment. Charlotte O'Sullivan doing a great job out there. On the end of, we talk about team play, but that linking handballs, that tap around half forward though, how important was that little 5 metre tap?
Very much so, and I think part of what I think Coach Carl really installs into the girls is making sure you bring people into the game, making sure you're looking for that hand pass, and really, really supporting one another around the contest and giving everyone an opportunity. So.
Well, it's a great thing. I take this from basketball. You know, how many legs does it take to kick a goal? It actually takes 36 legs, 18 players, even though one player kicks the goal. So well done to Charlotte O'Sullivan there, having a good opportunistic game on half forward as well. When your time comes, you've got to stand up, get to the right spots, and reads the play very well. Little soccer again there. Lexi Harvey's had a very good quarter this last quarter, where 3 minutes 20 in, there is O'Sullivan, kicked the last goal, gets that ball out now. It's inside. Well, there's only 4 players inside 50. That's a good grab. Really good grab. But I'm not so sure. She looked inside, but then goes down the wing. Big pack forms up. They go, have a look at them all fly. Who's down? It's Matilda Wilmore. Has kicked the goal today. Is she restrained there? She wasn't. Coming through, Ada May Kosh again had a very good third quarter with her 2 goals. Get a ball up, very dangerous position. Look at her on her own there. Lexi Harvey goes in to apply the tackle now, or bought the ground quickly. Is that too high? It is. Harvey will have to give that ball back. Another one with long hair. Welcome to girls football. So half-back flank, St Michael's, long kick down the wing, reaching up. Good second effort, I've been impressed. Camperali now gets the kick in. The second efforts of a lot of these girls. This is Kiralee Johns. She goes long. Well, after this is O'Sullivan again. It's anyone's ball. She gets down low, can't quite paddle it up. Applies a tackle. Spins the play around 360, gets the ball back. That is what you call a great second and third effort there. Keep the ball in the area, applied the tackle, spun the player around. Unlucky not to get the free there. As it comes up, ball comes out. St Michael's roving off Kiralee Johns, it was there. So look at the numbers behind the ball. Johns it is again, gets it into a dangerous position. Bounces past Sienna Parry. She's going to have to paddle it. She's got a bit of support but goes around the corner out wide, and relieving kick will come from Georgia Sands down in the cricket pitch area. So Georgia Sands for St Michael's as we roll around to 5 minutes on the Sportal scoreboard. Has a very good kick on her. Does really well there. That's going to be 2 kicks back if Sacred Heart get it. And this is Zalia Neiman, who's tried hard all day here.
She's played very well.
Yeah. This time she kicks not over the pack but to the pack, and Chloe Nettle it. Just that one take. Women's football is so impressive now. The one take. There it is again. Unfortunately there. It's close to the boundary, I think. But the one take, the switch of play, the turning, and the use of the eyes, the vision.
So, and it's very helpful too when you've got Chloe Nettle and Kiralee Johns or boarders that when they're not doing their schoolwork, they're not in the boarding house, they're out kicking the ball together.
Wow.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Well, I remember my mate, probably 8-10 years ago, he said, you know, you walk around the streets now and you see, you used to be the boys, but the girls now just walk around having a chat and they're all bouncing footies and everything, and it's fantastic to see, and this is a byproduct of it, you know, the skill sets and so on. Now what we're seeing of girls that are playing 4 or 5 years, maybe 8 years, as this kick doesn't quite come in. Bobbles around now. Look at that pick up below the knees. Dangerous position. Sullivan caught behind. Taller opponent there. St Michael's now will clear. They go out to that wing. Far side. Neiman couldn't quite get it done. Touched over the line. Someone's going to have to retrieve that ball. Maybe I'll be respectful here, maybe a mother, but maybe a sister there.
I think also there's the opportunity that the girls have these days to be able to do AFL as a subject in school.
Yep.
And moving away from some of the more traditional subjects is such an enormous opportunity for them as well.
So that's Peterson again around the corner. This time it does bounce out of bounds. Well, where's that mother or stroke sister? She needs to now move down about another 30 metres. Nope, we'll get it ourselves, says Lucy Redaway. Well, interesting. Redaway's kicked 2 goals, been down forward. And just at the moment, Sacred Heart have scored the 1 goal from Charlotte O'Sullivan this quarter. As St Michael's, they've got no other option. They do have to come long down there and kick to a contest. Good battle there. 25's Matilda Wilmore also has a goal.
Just keep an eye out number 23, Matilda Buchanan, who's now filling in right for Police, who are unfortunately not injured.
Yep.
A year 10, very tall and very athletic.
Yeah, I mentioned the height.
The future.
Yeah, when she came on, I thought, they haven't really lost anything in the ruck, and there she's going for it. Gee, that's good protection of the ball. Comes inside St Michael's now. 1, 2, 3. This looks like Yeza Adhana. Can't quite get after it. Gee, that little flick out, Maya Camperali gliding by. Good defence though. This young lady's played well back there at St Michael's. Bounces up. Is this foot again? It is. Gets the ball in there. It is again. Really good mark. If she'd turn around, we'd tell you what her name is, but there's a lot of them out there. I said it last year. I'll say it this year again. A lot of them out there with the blonde or the darkened hair with the ponytail. So lot looks similar. Gee, having to stand under that ball. Maya Camperali attracted a crowd, and that's a big hit. She's going to get the free? No, she's not. Gee, good teamwork there. Wilkinson inboard, and well, battle of wills out here. Ball not quite on the wing, between wing and centre. St Michael's come forward this time. It's to space. Another big collision comes. Gee, good courage watching the ball there. Eva Stalker. She's paddled that ball, but look at that. Gets it out to a teammate. It comes forward again. Anyone's ball on the wing, bang, Neiman goes in, uses the body well, gets one back. There's a little bit of argy-bargy from both girls. It's on the wing there. Gee, trying to extract that out of Eliza Zampatti. Or it could be Ruby Panzarino. It is Panzarino with the hip, went in very well. Well, there is the young girl. She gets 2 stats for that one. Buchanan getting it out at Harnan. Not very far though, not quite inside 50. Stalker couldn't. Gee, Foot had a very good game as well. Number 6, flowing blonde hair. Look at the teamwork here. Gee, Charlotte O'Sullivan wriggles out of that, getting out of that like telling Dad how to get out of homework at home, I'd say. But did very well. They're going to go forward again here through Macareth. The screams are coming. Where's the Rocket Gibraltar from St Michael's? There it is. Fantastic work. The umpire's called high. Kirley Johns will go back late in the quarter. Too far out, I'd suggest, so goes towards the pocket. Look at the numbers. 3 players there for Sacred Heart. Around the corner, it's a snap. It's there. Coco Macareth, is it? Sorry. Kelsh, Ava Kelsh.
Yes, Kelsh.
Little snap around the corner. What a great goal it was. I've talked today about the amount of times there's been a team goal, and that's another one, and I will suggest it was tongue-in-cheek, but Charlotte O'Sullivan wriggling out of trouble down through that half-back line started that off. The chain went all the way down to goals, and, well, Ava Kelsh finishing off with a very good team goal.
And Ava Kelch, a year 10, consistently played well for Plimpton for many years. Elite at the middle school and now her first year at senior school. So well done, Ava Kelch.
So the ball goes forward now. I'll tell you what, Maya Foot, she's had a very good game. Is that a throw out? No, it's not. That's Ruby Panzarino trying to get that ball out. Thought the umpire had gloves on then. It was the wristbands. Take that back. Up it goes. Anyone's ball. They're just not quite able to get that ball out through Wilmore. They're going to have to hurry up here, St Michael's. This looks like Neiman, who has a very long kick on her. There's a player out the back here. Will Sacred Heart let one through? Will St Michael's get a goal, or will Sacred Heart hold on here? I know they won the first game, I think it was by about 10 goals, and won the second one by about 5. So they would come in as huge favourites. It is anyone's game at the start of the day, but showing very good form here. Kick around the body. Not on target though. It's going to bounce out of bounds, and relieving free kick from Zara East in what could be one of the last kicks of the game. Kicks forward. The celebrations will come shortly. Oh, gee, that's a good grab. Ava Kelsh now. The Year 12s are hopefully all out there, and there it is. Final siren, 8 goals, 6, 54. Sacred Heart coming out winners, 2 points only to St Michael's, so a 52-point lead. In the end, they led by 6, 27-40 and 52. Let the celebrations begin. Jason O'Sullivan, thank you very much for joining us. I'll let you get down and.
Absolute pleasure.
What's on the menu tonight for your daughter, mate? Is it her choice now?
I think might be a little celebratory soft drink in the club rooms afterwards here.
Fantastic.
And, we'll go from there.
No, fantastic. Well done to Sacred Heart. A good win, Carl Wilmore. As you said, he's been in charge of that program for a while, and a fitting.
Fantastic job with the girls. Really, really good.
Fitting win, but well done to both teams, Sacred Heart and St Michael's. I'll tell you what, they both battled it out extremely well, but Sacred Heart, the winners on the day. We will, at this point, like to thank our sponsors, Dartfish, Filming, Footy and Sportal for the scoreboard. Huge thanks to our matchday clubs and officials, everyone that came up, yourself and Matt Locken for joining us. The sponsors, Cameron Production Crew, thank you very much for watching, and we will finish the broadcast here. We will be getting some shots of the presentation a little bit later on, and that will be up on social media through the week. So thank you everyone. Tony Neal signing out. 52-point winners, Sacred Heart College in the Catholic Secondary Girls Sport SA Senior A Grade Grand Final.